There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think a fall angel just walked by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. So.
1, 2, 3, jump! Get wild.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom, what's up, baby? Noah Gray here, tight end for your Kansas City Chiefs. You're listening to All Chiefed Up with Mike and Steve Williams.
What's happening, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome to All Chiefed Up. We thought we would take some time and hang out with you guys for a little bit today while we had a moment to do so. And there was something that we were wanting to talk about, and I think you guys saw it on the thumbnail. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm reading some of the comments here. Looks like everybody's had a pretty good day. Some people at work, some people not at work. Mike, how's your day going, my man?
It's going pretty good. I just realized my camera wasn't on properly, so now I think it's good. Can you
I
guys
can
see me?
you.
If you can
I
see
think
me,
everybody can see.
give me a thumbs up in the chat, people. Give me a thumbs up in the chat.
If you don't want to see them, give a thumbs down in the chat. No.
And I will gladly just duck.
Yeah, so one thing we were wanting to talk about today was Kadarius Toney. Everybody knows that all the receivers are down in Texas with Patrick Mahomes. They've been doing a little bit of off-season workout. It's what some people are calling phase one of the off-season. And it seems to be there's somebody missing, like big time. And it's a guy that, people are speculating could be our wide receiver one, which is Kadarius Toney. So this is a guy that hasn't had as much experience with Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback as some of these other guys. And this is a guy that people are saying could step up and be the number one this year. Mike, why would he not be down there getting this extra work in with Patrick Mahomes like the other guys?
So we do not know exactly. This is going to be my best guess. I think he's rehabbing. He's trying to get better with his injuries. I just think that's the extent of it. I don't think it's not because he's making music like some people saying. It's not because we're not going to use him properly. It's not because he shunned Patrick Mahomes' invite. I just feel like it's something to do with, he's trying to get healthy. He's trying to get back, perfectly. He don't want to go down there and mess up something in his rehab or something like that. But it could be as simple as, maybe he has some family obligations. Not every single person is down there. We've seen Jerry and Ely down there. He's a running back. He has been listed as a wide receiver at some points. We've actually thought it might be cool to see him in the slot a little bit at receiver. He's down there, but the other running backs aren't. Nobody's making a big deal over it. We actually reached out to Kadarius Toney on Twitter. Actually tweeted him and said, "Hey, brother, any specific reason you couldn't make it down to catch balls with Mahomes in Texas a few days ago? We just wanted to let you dispel any rumors before they actually take off." And so we'll see if he gets back to us. Odds are he probably won't. He doesn't seem like a big social media person.
Right. Well, Nicholas here, he seems to agree with you. He says, I think he's just taking more time off this off season, maybe getting a nagging injury sorted out. I don't know. I'm stupid too. I figured it out myself. No, man, I think that's probably the best explanation here. I think that Kadarius Toney, obviously, we all know that this is a guy that can't stay on the football field. His entire NFL career, he's missed more than he's played. He's always got some kind of little injury going on, whether it be a hamstring or an ankle, something. And you know how he plays. He cuts violently, he plays hard. So those kind of things do happen. But I'm with Nicholas as well. I think that he's probably just trying to rehab and get himself healthy for the season. And there's no sense in aggravating anything too early if he doesn't need to. Could be something like that. Anything else? I mean, it could be family related. It could be something else he's got going on. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing that he's not getting out there with Mahomes this early. Would you like to see it? Yes. But him not being there, it doesn't worry me either.
Right. Chiefs fan, what's up, everybody? What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. I'm guessing this is still Matt Van Way. I can't get used to this name change. I'm going to figure it out pretty soon, though. Everybody, thanks for joining us. We got a few people in here already. We kind of threw this together last minute. We just want to get on here and talk with you guys. Kind of just hang out with you today. We usually have like mock drafts going on. We usually have on guests, things like that. We kind of just want to get in here and talk to you guys, read some comments. Kyle Crouch says, how y'all doing? We're doing pretty good. I'd like to go get something to eat. I'm starving to death. I've been up since like 11 a.m. But other than that, it's something like that. Brianna Romero says, what about you? I guess she's referring to, yeah. But she also told me, I've seen Brianna actually come down here and put a thumbs down in the chat. She does not
want to see your face, bro.
Yeah, where was that? I've seen that. So right here, thumbs down in the chat. Brianna, let me tell you something. If you don't want to see my face, who doesn't want to look at this face? Just look at it here.
She said, get the ugly guy off the chat or off the screen. So That's
right.
what she was putting in chat, I think.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about Kadarius Toney? Make sure to put it down in the comments. We'll go over a few of them because we kind of want to know what you guys are thinking as well. Um, like I said, not a huge issue to me, but it is a good question to ask. We've had people asking us this in the last few days, so I thought we would address it. Not that we have an answer. We don't have all the answers like that, but um, we can speculate, and so can you guys. So we can talk about it, and we can try to figure this thing out together because um, the wide receiver room is something that's worrying Chiefs fans right now. They think that it's got a hole in it. They think that we need to draft one. We need to trade for one. And then, you have a part of Chiefs Kingdom that thinks we're completely fine with who we have as far as MVS, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, yada, yada, yada. So, I mean, what do you guys think about it? Put it in the comments. Let's discuss it.
Mentally Will, Chiefs fan from Butte, Montana. Is it Butte, Montana, or do they really pronounce it Butt? I don't think it's
Butte.
pronounced Butt. I want to say
The
Butte.
Booty,
I'm
Montana.
going to go with Butte, not Booty. But otherwise, nice to see you here from Montana. That's pretty awesome. We were doing like a shout out. Everybody let us know where you're from in the chat. We always ask that. It's fun to see everything. So far, we've yet to hit all 50 states, but Montana was not a state we've had so far. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. What's up, Richie? We see you all the time, man. This guy's an OG. He's been on the channel for a long time. Always leaving comments, talking to us about football. So good to see you here on the live, man. He says that Kadarius Toney still has time, and he's not worried about that at all. We're with you. We don't think it's a big deal, but we think it's definitely something that could be addressed. Like, I don't think it's weird that people are asking that question why he's not there because, like I said earlier, he has the least amount of experience with Patrick Mahomes as anybody. So if you're trying to build up a chemistry, you'd think it would be that guy that would want to get there and get the reps in, not necessarily MVS or Sky Moore, but more Kadarius Toney. But I mean, it is what it is. And like a lot of you guys have said so far in the chat, injuries. It looks like Adam here. He also says injuries for sure. You guys are right. Yeah, I think that could be it. I don't know if he's exactly injured. I don't think he was injured coming out of the Super Bowl by any means, but I think he definitely had some nagging things with a hamstring. We knew that before the Super Bowl. So maybe it's just taking that little extra time to heal.
Hey, I will say, when we got Kadarius Toney, he seemed to have more chemistry with Mahomes than at any point MVS ever did. Like, how many times was MVS just getting underthrown, overthrown? I think he had one really solid game there in the playoffs, and it helped us a lot. But there were so many times where him and Patrick just were not on the same page. So it's glad to see that one. The real Cato. Hey, what's up, everybody? I strongly believe he is rehabbing that injury, as well as learning more of the playbook and his special schemes that Andy's going to have for him. Yeah, I mean, you're spot on. I think everybody's in agreement. It looks like we're all going to go with injuries. That's probably going to be the consistency here and not necessarily like Steve said, he's not probably injured at the moment, but you're also rehabbing. It's the off season. You can't blame him. Somebody up here, I missed it, said not every quarterback, and wide receiver catches balls in the off season. That's 100% true. Anthony Solis, I know it's early. How many wide receivers do you guys think Andy will keep on the roster?
6.
I don't. Yeah, I would say somewhere in that range.
Usually he's going to be around that 6 mark, and that's for depth purposes, of course. I mean, if you looked at last season, we had a lot of injuries in that wide receiver room. McCole went down, Juju went down several times. Kadarius Toney couldn't stay on the field. So, I mean, it's always good to have at least 6 at your arsenal there. So I think that's probably the number they'll be shooting for. I'd like to see Jerry Neely. You mentioned him. He was a running back coming out of Ole Miss out of college last year. I actually had the Chiefs taking him in the draft late, probably like the 6th, 7th round. But they didn't draft him, but they did sign him as a UDFA, and then they have him listed as a wide receiver. And the thing about that is this guy is an amazing receiving back in college. He has the best hands of any, running back that came out last year. So I can see why they put him in that wide receiver room. It looks like to me that he could be trying to get in on that slot action, Mike, and I wouldn't be opposed to it because he does have some skills, man. And I think that he's been developing nicely so far, probably. And it looks like they've cut him and signed him back and cut him and signed him back. But that could just be downplaying his importance to the Chiefs. Maybe they don't want somebody poaching him off that practice squad.
Do you think, thought bubble here, this might be crazy. Do you think Mahomes has got Jerry and Ely down in Texas, and he's pushed them through a little extra workout for say Brett Veach to be like, hey, could this guy come in and take some of this McKinnon row? You maybe don't have to overpay McKinnon. I'm going to go down here and see what he's got. Like, can he get it together? Can he learn? What does he know about the playbook? Patrick Mahomes got this whole playbook memorized. So, I mean, he can call out any play from
Right.
the season, and Jerry Neely's going to have to, like, get it together. So, I think that's a good
Absolutely.
idea. Maybe they're kind of
Well,
giving him a little audition down there.
Well, I mean, you're not far off base here because last year that's when Justin Watson got all of his recognition. Was it that little workout with Patrick Mahomes? And then Patrick apparently called Brett and was like, "Hey, where'd you get this dude? He's super fast." I mean, it could be the same type situation, man. I mean, they could get down there and make a really good connection and just have really good chemistry between those two. And if that's the case, Patrick Mahomes could pound the table a little bit and be like, "Hey, I want this guy in as my slot or at least an option." And you might see him on the 54 man this year.
Right. Omar points out that John Ross is not there either, and that's a different
Right.
story. He should be there too. For all we know, John Ross is probably injured too. His entire NFL
John
career,
Ross
he's been
probably pulled a
injured, so-
hamstring trying to go down the steps at home, man.
Yeah, so
John Ross has a lengthy injury history. That poor guy. The only notable thing he's ever done is run a fast 40 time at the combine, because after that it was all downhill from there for John Ross. So I don't have high hopes for John Ross, but it would be nice to see him, stay healthy, hit his stride as a receiver, because I think he can contribute, obviously, with like game-changing speed like that, and in an Andy Reid offense. That sounds awesome, but I don't have a whole lot of
Yeah.
hope for it, to be honest.
I mean, John Ross has pulled a hamstring trying to get a bowl of cereal in the morning, so you don't know what he's going to
Yeah.
do. Young Craze, thoughts on drafting Michael Wilson, maybe if he falls late 4th or 5th. I'm a big fan of Michael Wilson from Stanford. I think he's underutilized at Stanford. Stanford is not a very pass-happy school, even though Tanner McKee, I think, is going to be a pretty good quarterback coming out in this draft. Michael Wilson went to the Senior Bowl, and he actually separated. He looked really good. He caught a lot of people by surprise. I actually have him comped, and you guys may throw me under the bus for this one. If he works really hard, I see him as like a baby Devontae Adams. That's kind of a comp. I see a little Devontae Adams. Is he going to be Devontae Adams? No, guys, he's not. But that's just
a huge
something to
comp.
look at. That's something to look at. He's got the potential. He's got the speed. He's got the size, and he can separate. Michael Wilson is a nice, probably day 3 pick. And if he slides into day 2, or not day 2, it'd be round 2, round 3 pick. If he slides up into round 2,
So
I do believe he's got a chance to be there.
let me get this straight. What you're saying here is that Michael Wilson is a great value version of Devontae Adams. Like if there was a Dollar Tree for Devontae Adams, you could find Michael Wilson there.
Yeah, and then if Michael Wilson wants to commit, if he wants to commit the same way, and if he came to a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, like he got to go to Aaron Rodgers, there's potential.
Right. I'm just playing.
There's like a 10% chance he would ever hit that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I'm just being dumb, man. Omar, Kadarius Toney is a vet. That's what he does. Travis Kelce's not there either. Yeah, I mean, he is a veteran, but I mean, has he played a veteran amount of games in the NFL? Has he spent a lot of time with Patrick Mahomes? No. I think that if possible, if he's healthy, he's not rehabbing, and he doesn't have some kind of family thing that he cannot decommit from, I think that he should be there getting in the extra work with Patrick Mahomes. Don't get us wrong on that. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver or a bad player or not committed because he's not there. There could be a million things going on, but do I wish he was there getting the extra work with Mahomes? Absolutely. Mike Smith. Hey, good to see you, Mike. I ain't seen you in a while, man. We see this guy. He's OG as well. A lot of comments ever since we started. Mike says, I'm so poor. All my Chiefs apparel is throwback. I hear you, man. It's tough times out there as far as the money thing goes. But I'm the same way. And hey, the best kind of Chiefs apparel is the throwback stuff. So it's all right, man.
Yep. Mentally will. Justin Ross should have a good season. Again, this channel.
Man,
Steve,
I'm glad you brought this up.
my God, it has been all day, every day. We take Justin Ross heat.
Yeah.
We do not dislike Justin Ross at this channel. I don't know where everybody's got this. We released a short back a few weeks ago, and we have been taking so much heat. And the point of the short was to say that all of Chiefs Kingdom is so hyping up Justin Watson in the offseason. All of the content creators are all over him. They're glorifying him as the best wide receiver since the beginning of time. And all we said was, hey guys, this kid's got a long injury history and he has been a hell of a player to get back from that. The fight in Justin Ross is incredible. We love Justin Ross. We respect Justin Ross. We drafted him. We mocked him to the Chiefs last year. We had him as high as a second round, third round mock. And I remember we broke the news for the UDFA signing. People came to us as soon as he was signed as a UDFA and say, hey guys, you guys know about this injury. What's up? All we're doing is telling the truth. Let's not promote Justin Ross to a Pro Bowl level wide receiver and say he's the end all be all. Again, it's great that we have this faith in him, and I hope he gets it. Steve hopes he gets it, but we can't just base everything around pure speculation. Right. Brett Veach and the Chiefs have to have a backup plan and a plan in place in case Justin Ross does not pan out. And like I said yesterday, I don't believe anybody in the organization believes he's going to come in and just be wide receiver one in his first year. It's not going to happen. This guy's not even taken a snap in the NFL, not even a preseason game. And I love him, but we got to temper expectations.
You're on a rant.
It's not fair to Justin Ross. It's not fair.
Yeah.
If he comes out and has a bad game, Steve, what's everybody going to say about this kid?
Yeah, no, you make a great point. People have been saying that makes no sense. I don't know where they got the idea that we don't like Justin Ross. And I think all it is we're the only channel, not the only channel, I shouldn't say that, but we're one of the only ones with that opinion. Like, hey, you guys have got to chill on this a little bit. Just because the guy caught a pass doesn't mean that he's going to be a Pro Bowler next year. Just because this guy ran up a hill doesn't mean that he's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame. Like, we have to step back here a little bit. Like Mike said, we like Justin Ross. We actually, in our first mock draft last season, we mocked him. This was before his medicals became public. We mocked him to the Chiefs in the second round, and we talked about how good he was and how good of a fit he would be. He was an absolute monster when he was healthy at Clemson. With Trevor Lawrence, that was everybody saw that national championship game. He ate Alabama's lunch. So we know he's good. We get that his ceiling is high, but his floor is also low, and you have to understand that. He has a lot of medical issues. It's not something that he can help. It's just the cards he was dealt, and we're rooting for him. We are, but like Mike said, I think it's unfair to put that many expectations on this kid, because why put all that pressure on him? Let him do his thing. Let him come out. If he has a slow year and don't do much, or he don't make the roster, maybe he will next year. Get off his back a little bit. Quit acting like he's supposed to be Jerry Rice right out of the gate, because it's just not fair to him.
Yeah, it's not fair. That's the point we're trying to make. It's not fair. Let him develop. Let him do what he needs to do, but let's not force him into being something he's not right off the bat. What's up, Newton? Nice to see you, man. He says he's from Jacksonville, Florida, via KC, Memphis, Springfield. This guy's moved a lot. Are you in the military or something, Newton? Maybe a truck driver. Who knows? Russell Swiley. What's up, buddy? I like the guy Watson. I remember him having only one drop, Panama City, Florida. A lot of Florida guys in here today.
Yeah,
man.
I got a lot of Florida. Mike Smith also said he's from Florida. So
right. Yeah, we like Justin Watson too. Let us know in the comments. Do you think we're going to re-sign Justin Watson? Do you want to see it? Let us know in the comments. Like, we're confused. A lot of Chiefs Kingdoms isn't talking about him. We did sign Richie James. A lot of people think that may be the Justin Watson replacement. Don't know about that one. Richie King says, what position are the Chiefs drafting first, wide receiver or D-line? If it was up to me, they'd be taking offensive tackle first. Let's be honest. I want to protect Patrick Mahomes. If I have to choose out of those two, I'm taking defensive line over wide receiver any day, I believe. I don't believe there's a lot of good first round wide receiver value. Let's be honest. We took Jordan Addison in our last mock with Daniel Harms from RGR. None of us were really thrilled about it. We actually traded up and took Quentin Johnston with the one we did with Ryan Tracy. None of us were thrilled about that either. Quentin Johnston is probably your only real round one talent, along with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Jigba could be good with us too, but he's never getting here. Let's be honest. Right. And he's strictly a slot guy. So
I threw up a poll in the comments. Should Kansas City re-sign Justin Watson? Right now it's 82% yes. So a lot of people think we should re-sign this guy. I'm not opposed to it. I think he's, why not have all that? But I'm not. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of at different odds with this. Like, Justin Watson, he brings you that veteran presence. It looks like he had a pretty good connection with Mahomes and everything, but at the same time, he didn't really contribute that much to the team either. So, I mean, if he's not there, I'm not going to be upset. But I think I would, if you could get him for a cheap price, why not? I would hit the yes button as well. Just depending on that money, man. That's what it all depends on right now, because the Chiefs are poor. Until we get Chris Jones restructured or something worked out, the Chiefs are poor.
It's all about money with Brett Veach. This he's a money guy. Like, I think he was a banker in a past life, but he's figured it out, man. He's pretty good. James asked, who's the next guest? Actually, I think Bro Schmo might be the next guest. He's a content creator. He does mock draft. He studies mock drafts year round. He digs into every college player you can think of. He's pretty cool. We're going to probably talk with him. He was on our channel last year. If you went back and watched like one of the first few channels, one of our first videos ever to the channel, he was on here. He's coming back this year. He's pretty cool. So if you're into mock drafts and learning stuff about college players, go check out Bro Schmo.
Well, it's going to be interesting with Bro Schmo because he lives in Arizona, yet he's a Dolphins fan. But he's so knowledgeable with all these players coming out of college. He does year-round evaluations on these guys and keeps up with that year-round. He's nothing but draft. So it's going to be cool to have his perspective. I think what we're doing is we're going to do a mock draft for the Chiefs, and we're going to let Bro Schmo pick who he thinks the Chiefs should take. That way it kind of takes away those my guys and stuff, because like me and Mike, we'll get stuck on a couple people here and there. Everybody does naturally, like we would like to see play for the Chiefs. But I think it would be cool to see from an outside perspective what he thinks the Chiefs should draft and who they will take. So y'all have to make sure that y'all catch that one next week.
Right. Steven says, how about those Chiefs had mentioned Ross in a short as the fastest man in the NFL, then coined Ross as dressed for less for the deal. So he compared him to Ross, the secondhand. No, it's not secondhand clothing. What is it? Just markdown clothing. Hey, man, I like Ross.
Consignment shop.
The closing
what's
store.
up, Steven? Hey, good to see you, man. OG as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think John Ross, I don't think he's the fastest man in the NFL anymore. I think that was a combine thing. I think it's probably over and done with. He's probably not anymore.
Yeah, that dude, if he tried to run full speed, his legs would fall off at this point, I think.
Possibility.
Kyle Crouch, everyone in the chat needs to hit the button for my dudes, please. Kyle, thank you. Yeah,
the like button. You didn't
hit
read
that
the
like button.
part.
The
most
like
important
button.
part of it.
Okay, everybody, the like. If you're here right now, let us know you're here. Hit the like button. YouTube will throw it out to the algorithm. Let other Chief fans know where to find some pretty sweet Chiefs content. Tony and Mahomes already have good chemistry, so not too worried. He probably has other stuff going on. Brent, you're right. We said that. I do believe it's injury based, and yeah, I actually believe he looked, like he had more chemistry with him than he did MVS at a lot of times. I think Sky Moore fixing to be a lot better. Kyle, that is very good observation. I think Sky Moore's definitely going to have a better season this year. Heck, he barely even got to play last year. We were begging for them to get him on the field.
Man,
I think the special teams
Andy's
stuff with him kind of ruined it a little bit.
Yeah,
with him.
that too. I think it gave people a bad taste in their mouth because he dropped a couple punts. But the thing about it was Sky Moore wasn't a punt returner. I don't even know why they had him in there to begin with. That was like a Dave Tobe flub that I think people let him off the hook too easily for. He was trying to do the same thing before the season started. He was trying to put Trent McDuffie as a punt returner. So, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking last season, but I would not put that on Sky Moore. Sky Moore is going to have a bigger role this year, that's for sure. Andy's notorious for not letting his rookies, especially wide receivers, come in and do a whole lot. So I wasn't surprised to see him not have a big role this year, but I think he's capable of it, and I think that they're going to depend on him a lot this year. Heck, Andy even said that he's going to take over Juju's role. So you're going to see Sky Moore in that role of Juju last year, finding the soft spots in the defense, moving those chains on third downs, and just creating yak after you can catch a little 10-yard pass.
Yeah, for sure. You guys let us know you're out there. Hit that like button. Let us know where you're from. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us what you're eating for dinner tonight.
See a lot.
I'm hungry and I just want to see food over here on the side. Young Cray says, if Quentin Johnston and Darnell Wright tackle are there at 31, who do you see Veach taking over the other? That's a good question. They've actually did top 30s with both. I think Quentin Johnston at 31 is probably a little bit of better value than Darnell Wright at 31. But to be honest, I don't know how you pass Darnell Wright unless there's another tackle later on, because I think wide receiver is something you can fill a little later better than you can fill tackle. I think Darnell Wright is tackle 4, tackle 5 for us right now. So Quentin Johnston is wide receiver 1 for us. So, I mean, it is better value, but again, the tackle, I think keeping Mahomes upright is better than having Mahomes on his back trying to throw it to Quentin Johnston.
Who did you comp Darnell Wright to, Mike?
I'm not for sure. I don't even have the notes off the top of my head. I did know. Well, I don't have the comp, I don't think, but I will tell you what I seen. I seen that he's strictly pretty much probably going to be a right tackle. When you went back to the year before's film, he played some left tackle. Big time holding problem. Big time holding problem. And that could be because
Right.
he was on the left side and his footwork just wasn't good enough. He could prove everybody wrong. I mean, I like Darnell
Yeah.
Wright.
To answer Young Craze, I think they'd probably go Johnson for the value, but you could flip a coin there. James Kirk, you say Fresno. Is that where you're from? Fresno? Is that California? We got California Chiefs
It's
fan
pretty
in here.
sweet. Chiefs Alcoholic says, y'all making people sad with the truth, bro hams. The truth. I guess
Probably
it's
talking about Justin Ross, I think you're referring to probably. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's a big letdown for some people because you have a big portion of the fan base being like, "Oh, Justin Ross is going to be a Hall of Famer," because we saw him, run up a hill this year, and like we said, not fair. And I think when we say that and we're like, guys, let's take these expectations down a little bit, people get upset about it. I don't know why, but it's just the truth. We're trying to
right.
save you. We don't want your feelings hurt. Okay. We're like parents and children. Like, come on, guys. We can't be expecting to be, an NBA player when we grow up. You have to think about maybe working at the
You have to get good grades.
Walmart.
Yeah. Night Hunter, what's up? All chiefed up. What's up, Night Hunter? Good to
What's
see
up,
you here,
Night Hunter?
man. Ken Ross will have 2,400 yards if he's. I'm
What?
not gonna. We're not gonna talk about that.
I
And then
think
the
he was
very
just
next
being funny.
comment says people expecting too much from Ross. What would make you ever think that, Night Hunter?
I'm pretty sure this dude's
Yeah,
just
it's a
joking,
joke.
right?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Brent
Steven
Ross
James
hasn't
says he's
even.
MVP, so
Oh yeah, Ross hasn't even earned a starting spot. Chiefs fans got to relax. Yeah, I mean, it's good to be hyped. I mean, it's what the offseason's for. And
yeah,
I will say this over and over till I'm blue in the face. I hope Justin Ross is the greatest thing to ever play wide receiver. I really do. I hope he's the next Jerry Rice. But it's just unfair for him to have to feel with all this weight on his shoulders. You're going to see him get out there and press a little bit, and then the poor kid's not going to make the team, and then we're all going to be like, yeah, we're to blame for this,
right.
guys. Like chill up, let's chill a little bit.
Yeah,
Omar says Andy Reid will work Justin Ross in slowly like he did Scott Moore. Yeah, see, that's another thing. Andy Reid does not like to play rookie wide receivers much. We've seen it with Sky Moore. He was a second-round pick. Justin Ross was a UDFA with a laundry list of, injuries. So to come in and think he's even going to get to play more than probably 10, 15 snaps a game is insanity. He would have to literally just set the roof on fire.
right. I threw a poll down in the comments. I just want to get a feel for it. I think I know where it's going, but I just asked, do you think Justin Ross is going to make the 54-man roster this year? So I just
Okay.
want to see where people are at on that. So feel free to go vote on that. I'll check on it in a minute.
Sweet. K Calhoun says, would rather have Rashee Rice or KT Perry at pick 63, Palmer or Hutchinson at 122, or slot dynamo Washington out of Penn State if round one receiver Zay Flowers if he falls. That's a lot of info to process.
I already
Here's what
know.
else. What? What do you know?
If round one receiver takes Zay Flower if he falls. Okay, he's asking who would we rather out of these scenarios, correct?
Yeah,
Trey
I
Palmer at
guess.
122 all day.
Trey
That's my
Palmer at
pick.
122 is good value. Zay Flowers, if he falls to 31, that's still a little rich, in my opinion. I think Zay
Yeah,
Flowers,
tough, but
you could.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
I will justifiably take if Zay Flowers falls after pick 20. I can understand your reasoning to take him, but with us bigger needs, I don't know if Zay Flowers actually fits exactly what we want to do. Even though I do think he's close to Tyreek, he's closer to Tyreek than he is to Mecole Hardman. Rashee Rice, KT Perry. I'm pretty sure his real name's AT Perry, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. I think it's probably a typo.
Okay,
Katy
so,
Perry, though. I like
yeah.
that.
Oh, I got you, Katy Perry. I would rather have Katy
Firework.
Perry. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. We'd rather have Katy
We're
Perry.
taking Katy Perry at pick 63.
Look, show's over.
Absolutely.
We're taking Katy Perry right about now. Katie, if you're out there, I heard Katie lives in Kentucky now, Steve. So
Right.
if we can pry her
She
away
likes
from
it
her
here.
husband for
She
a
likes
little while,
she likes the country. She said
Yeah.
it's beautiful. So
maybe we can get her on the show. But yeah, Rice or Perry, both of them are kind of the same player. They're both big guys, but Perry takes a lot of plays off. He really does. And Rashee Rice, he's slow. He doesn't run slow. He's just slow on film. He can't translate it over.
Night Hunter says from Cincinnati, Ohio, via KC. So you moved from KC to Cincinnati. How do you feel about that whole rivalry that's been brewing then? Because we're very close to Cincinnati as well. A lot of people around here are Bengals fans, and they annoy the living hell out of us. So let us know how that's going for you.
Also, do you like Cincinnati chili? That is a very hot topic, especially with our rivalry now. Everybody's making fun of them for liking the
It is.
chili.
It's
Um,
easy to make fun of, but it's delicious.
yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It is
hey,
good.
I will say, me and Steve did not like Cincinnati style chili, and then like it's slowly got into us, and now we both
It's an
eat it.
acquired taste. Like the first
Right?
time I ever had Skyline, I was like, "Ugh, what is this?" Like it's so weird. Like your brain doesn't process it. It's like, what am I eating? Spaghetti?
Hey,
It's but then, after it's really good on chili dogs. If you eat chili dogs, you get that
Steve,
Skyline chili for the chili dogs.
quit talking about food, bro. I'm hungry. Quit.
Sorry,
Casey
quit being
Calhoun.
fat.
Just don't take wide receiver Jalen Hyatt or slot Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte is lazy. This guy
Yes.
might not get drafted in the top 3 to 4 or 5 rounds. If he falls to round 7 or undrafted, I wouldn't be surprised. Jalen Hyatt, not a big fan of Jalen Hyatt either.
It's sad to see the Butte thing because he had all the potential in the world. At one point, he was the best receiver in college football, and this just goes to show you what a poor work ethic and a poor attitude can do to somebody. Because he's lazy. He doesn't want to watch film. He doesn't want to put in 100% on the field. He was just relying completely on talent, and guess what? He's not going to do anything. He's just not.
Right. And the reason I don't like Hyatt is Hyatt, there's not enough film on him against press coverage.
Right.
They run a stupid scheme there in Tennessee where he's always open. That's why when you watch his highlights, he's always open. That's what a highlight reel's for. So don't just watch highlights. You got to watch the real game. And I'll leave you with this stat. He was covered 18 times in press coverage. He caught 1 football against press. So I don't know if I take a shot at him in the first round. Tom Hood says, "Hey, Tom, what's up, buddy? Did Toney injure himself again?" No, we're just speculating that he's recovering from injuries, and that's why he may not be in Texas working out. James Kirk, what do you guys think about the Chiefs' name? I hope it never changes. Are you thinking about the Chiefs? Like
Oh,
the
hey
cancel
guys.
culture? It's not happening.
So we actually had a great podcast about this. If you're a paid member on Spotify, it's $9.99 a month for Spotify for podcasters, and you get bonus podcasts from us. So if you feel the need, go do it. It helps the channel anyway. Just become a subscriber. But we actually
Steve,
talked about this.
not to interrupt, but today it was not $9.99. I scrolled across it and it was only $2.99. Like, what happened? Like something got changed.
Maybe you can buy. I don't know. Maybe you can buy it per episode. I don't
if it's
understand it.
$2.99, that's even
But
better.
either way,
Just
whatever. You
telling
guys should check that one out because we talked about this and we talked about it in depth and we talked about some other teams that have had to change their name, especially local, and it's hilarious. So definitely check that out. We might bring this to a video for you sometime just for fun because it's a hilarious subject. But yeah, obviously we want it to be Chiefs forever. Want the logo to stay the same. We'll throw out different uniform concepts, different logo concepts, and stuff like that, just for fun, for everybody to look at here and there. But we are absolutely against changing any of it. So that's where we
and the
stand on that
reasoning.
situation.
We'll give you a little insight to the podcast. The reasoning is we used to have a Royals affiliate baseball team here in Lexington. It was
It was
the
the double A team for the
the
Royals.
Lexington Legends, and it was
Yes.
killer. They rebranded, and boy, you should see what they
Holy
rebranded.
crap.
The counter
They
clocks. The
They
counter clocks.
dropped the ball. How do you go
What is
from the
that?
Lexington Legends to the Lexington Counter Clocks? And you should see their logo. It's freaking hilarious. It's like a guy backwards on a horse with a baseball bat, and he looks confused. I don't know what's going on there.
Looks like he's holding his wiener. Like
Oh, look,
it's the worst thing you've ever seen. So you gotta be careful what you ask for when it comes to that kind of stuff.
exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Like when you start trying to change things up, you never know what you're going to get. Well, all I know is that guy came to a meeting with that idea, which is ridiculous to think about. Like this guy had some balls to get up there and do this, and like,
Dude,
and then
that goes
and then
down
how
to-
did everybody agree? How did people
Right.
go? Yeah, we want to
goes-
do that. That's great.
Boy,
Like what?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's
They
not
dropped
too
the ball.
many marketing teams can mess up that bad. We've seen some recently. We won't get into that.
Good Lord.
Chiefs fan. I want them to re-sign Justin Watson. I want them to draft defensive tackle Kalijah Cansey in round 1. We actually had Kalijah
I would
Cansey on
take
a
it.
live a few days ago. If you didn't see that one, go back and watch it. We love Kalijah
Look,
Cansey. That dude's got
so-
a beautiful outlook on life.
I just been wanting to touch on this a little bit. We had Daniel Harms on. Was it Tuesday night? Was that last night? I don't even know. Tuesday night.
Tuesday. It's Thursday, Steve. It's Thursday. Bro.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, guys. But anyway, we did a mock draft with him, and we kind of talked about Kalijah Cansey because he was available in that mock draft at 31. Daniel doesn't like Kalijah Cansey, and that's cool. I respect his evaluations because Daniel knows what he's talking about. But One thing that we didn't get to mention, man, like, yeah, he's undersized. Big deal. I don't hold, that up very high like other people do. I don't
Hey,
think he
it's
has to
not
be
about the
huge.
size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean,
No,
Steve.
but for real, it's not. It's his power. He's powerful. I think people saying that he gets knocked back are wrong. And I guarantee you this: go watch all the tape from these guys in the draft. Kalijah Cansey has the quickest first step of anybody in this draft by far, and that means a lot about getting in that backfield. So
Steve,
I
do you
think
know
that
who has the slowest, by the way? And it's not even close.
Javon Dexter, but
Yes,
it's
that
okay
dude.
because he's look. We
Does
can
he
work
play
on
with
that
his eyes
speed.
closed? Does he play with his
I
eyes
don't know.
closed?
But Kalijah Cansey is definitely, if he's there at 31, it's stupid to not take that value, in my opinion. I just think that's silly.
Yeah, I totally hear you. I like Kadarius Toney in round 1. I think if he falls to 31, you have to do
Right.
it.
If you guys haven't seen the video, I got a video posted. We did an interview with Kalijah Cansey about a week ago, something like that. Make sure to go over to our videos and check that one out. He's on
Steve,
the thumbnail.
it was Monday. What is wrong with you with dates today? It's only been
I
3
don't know.
days, dude. Okay, Rochmo is cool. He's the only draft guy that had Tuli Tuipulotu in his top 10 D lineman. He actually did.
Schmo.
And spoiler alert, we have Tuli at number 10 as well. So yeah, how you like them apples, Chiefs fan, Matt Van Way? What is
Tuli.
up? I think MVS will look a lot better if him and Mahomes can get more chemistry. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
I'm so glad he's down there in Texas.
I'm sure you
Um,
guys noticed there were several times this season that he's wide open. He didn't either A, get looked at, or Mahomes overthrew him, underthrew him, missed him completely. I don't know, man. I just think that if they had that chemistry, like you're saying, MVS showed what he can do in that AFC Championship game. He absolutely wrecked the Bengals, and I think he has that ability. But he does have to get better at high pointing the ball, attacking the ball. He can't wait for everything to come to him. He's such a big guy. He's got to be more aggressive. And then I think Mahomes won't care to throw up some jump balls to him. But for now, I mean, it is what it is.
yep. Night Hunter had barbecue ribs for dinner. That sounds
That
awesome.
sounds awesome.
Tom had chicken and broccoli. Are you cutting,
That
Tom?
sounds good too.
Yeah, are you like cutting? Are you like a workout guy? Like, I don't know. It
That
still
just
sounds
sounds
good.
good.
Steak, but rather have KC barbecue. I'd have either one of them.
I'd take
Will.
a steak right now.
And then Chiefs fan says, "What time is it there? 4:14 in Cali. It's 7:27. Are we that far behind in the comments, Steve? We're gonna have to get through
Probably.
these comments a little bit faster, my boy."
Where we're going, we're getting there. People must be impatient. We have a good group here. All you guys that come here all the time, and if you're new, if you've never been to the channel before, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Come watch more lives, hang out with us, watch our videos, all that good stuff. But for you guys that come back, we love you guys. We appreciate it. So this is awesome. What we got here?
Steven, from your word to God's ears, buddy. From your word to God's ears. We we have a New York style pizza place right up the road from Steve's house. It's called Little Charlie's. It is delicious.
So good.
I
good.
come over, I'll get up, I'll go to Steve's, we'll be working on podcast ideas, YouTube ideas, and we always get a pizza from Little Charlie's,
Little Charles.
and we eat it, and then we don't do any work for about
Dude.
2.5 hours, and that's what we do. And it's
Like
awesome.
we've had New York style pizza in New York, and this is the closest you're getting anywhere close to us. It's so good. So good.
SA Flip, thoughts and opinion on what?
What's up, Flip?
Flip, what's up? But what are you talking about? You might be talking to somebody else. Don't Run. What's up, Don't Run? Nice to see you here, man. We need a Debo size wide receiver. Dude, I'll take that. You know who I've been liking, Steve?
Too.
You know who I've been liking?
What?
I've been liking Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss. I just keep watching his film and I keep loving him.
Yes.
And I settled on a comp today. And you want to know who the comp is? No. Sammy Watkins.
Who?
Sammy Watkins.
I can see
That's
it.
my comp.
There's another SEC guy that people are
close.
overlooking. There's another guy
got?
that people's overlooking. He's going to be a later round guy. Landers from Arkansas. That guy is a beast too.
The Chiefs? No, I don't know if it was Landers. The Chiefs actually met with a kid from Arkansas. Don't know. I think it was the little slot guy. I can't think of his name.
Debo size, yes, that would be great. Debo was wasted so bad with the Chiefs because we refused to get him a quarterback, and Debo could have been so much more. I kind of feel for the guy because he was a beast.
Right. Ep, what's up, buddy? Good evening, guys. Don't you guys think wide receiver group is young and maybe use one of their picks or two for wide receiver? Team needs D line. Yeah, we're gonna pick a wide receiver. I don't know when it is. Brett Veach loves to go second round wide receiver, and if history is any indication, he's going to trade up in the second round, not the first, and take a wide receiver. And he will probably take a maybe a Tyler Scott, a little guy like Miko Hardman, over a giant guy like Mingo, which is what he did with
Right.
DK Metcalf. That seems to be the trend.
Hey, I'm not trying to interrupt, but our poll went ahead and took it down. 76% think that Justin Ross will make the 54-man roster this year. So it's interesting to me that there's 26% of people that, or I'm sorry, what did I say? 24% of people
Something.
that think that he's not going to do it. So that's kind of interesting. Most people's just all in on him.
Right. K Calhoun, you're 100% spot on about the press coverage thing with Jalen Hyatt. He always had free releases in Tennessee. 100%. Josh Heupel runs a gimmicky offense. It's the same way. I know you guys like Will McDonald with Iowa. They run a weird 3-5-5 defense. I'm sorry, I said 3-5-5. It's a 3-3-5. Myjai Sanders did that last year with Cincy. You've seen it did not translate well in the NFL. It makes your stats look good, but Myjai Sanders is not going to be as good as Will McDonald. I would still take a shot on Will McDonald, but it would not be in the first round, as most mock drafts say. It would be in the second round. Don't run says counter clocks. Dude, worst team name ever. If you guys can think of a team name
stupid.
worse than the Lexington counter clocks in any sport, please put it in the comments because I don't think it exists. I don't think it exists.
That's an absolute joke, dude. I don't know what the heck they were doing.
The Washington football team before the Commanders may have been stupid.
No, I would take the football team over the counterclocks. Night Hunter, since you guys are in Lexington, hell, you're less than 2 hours from me. We're actually not in Lexington. We're closer to Louisville, so we're like right outside of Louisville. So
about an hour from Lexington.
Not too far from Lexington either, but yeah.
Omar, Washington Commanders sold today. Hope EB keeps his job. Yeah, they sold for like $6 billion. Must be nice. Must be nice to just run a franchise into the ground for 30 years and then sell it for $6 billion. They're not going to get rid of him.
Absolutely insane.
Night Hunter Cansey was awesome. He was, man. He was. Later, Richie. Good seeing you here, buddy. We're probably going to jump off here in probably like the next 15 minutes or so. I've actually got to make a trip down to Nashville tonight. I'm going down to Nashville. I'm so hungry.
Some hot chicken.
Should I hold out for the hot chicken? I don't know if I can wait, bro.
Hattie B's hot chicken in Nashville. If you're anywhere close to there, go to it.
Don't run. Don't run. Carlotas is not good. Have you been watching our boys at RGR?
Karlaftis is going to be good. I think he is good. I think he's got a long way to go. I think he needs like more in his arsenal than a bull rush, but I think he'll get there, man. I think if you hang tight, I think he had a good rookie season.
Yep. Matt, Daniel's totally cool, but believe me, he can be wrong. He was pissed last year when Kansas City drafted Karlaftis and Bolton. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We just made the comment. RGR did not like Karlaftis. They didn't like him throughout the season. I mean, I'm sure they like him now. They're not going to talk bad about him, but yeah, for sure.
Hey, we're all wrong sometimes evaluating, so that's not a big thing.
Right. Omar says Tyree Wilson has a slow get off too, but his long arms make up for it. That's 100%. I don't think Tyree Wilson's worth the top 10 pick, to be honest, but this year he will go. SA Flip, thanks for the 5, buddy. We appreciate that.
Thanks for the 5, man.
Do y'all think we need to sign a vet wide receiver 1, or should Veach stack up our run game and defense in the draft? Thoughts, opinions, bring back old Chiefs number 1D. I think the Chiefs for the past few years have decided that they are going to draft defense and they're going to go pay for offense in free agency. That's where I think they've done. This year, they kind of shifted that a little bit. They paid a few defensive guys. They paid the linebacker, Tranquil. They went out and got some depth with Mike Edwards at safety. I do think they're going to draft a little more a little more offense this year than in years past. How many offensive players did they take, Steve, off the top of your head? Do you remember? They took wide receiver in the second with Sky Moore. Pacheco and Moore.
Might be it.
No, they took Kennard. So they took 3 out of 9 last year. So
Little Charlie's is good pizza. 900 says, dude, have you had it in Elizabethtown? Like, if you have, put that in the comments. That's amazing.
Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just seen Kentucky Wildcats.
This one kind of ties in. We were just talking about Darian Kennard, so I was clicking it.
Right.
Kentucky Wildcat football or basketball, which is best? I'm going to go ahead and answer this the best way I can. Mike's probably going to agree. overall, Kentucky basketball is hands down the best basketball program ever. Is John Calipari running it into the ground? Yes.
Yes.
He's got to go. Right now, Kansas, they're passing them up. That's all there is to it. Like, they got to get it back together. But at the moment, the football team is better. We'll see how they fare after they lose Will Levis and all that. But it's been exciting watching this football team because we grew up with Kentucky football absolutely sucking, and we couldn't even watch college football because it was depressing.
We had a few good
imagine
years.
being a
Tim
imagine
Couch
being, well,
year.
we did. Tim Couch, we had Jared Lorenzen, Andre Woodson. We had some good quarterbacks and stuff. But I mean, overall, you had a team that wasn't that great, and they're playing the best teams in football week after week after week in the SEC. So it'd been brutal. So it was good to see them swing it back around.
Mentally, Will, I'm new in case anyone's wondering.
Welcome, man.
Man, we're glad you're here for real.
Well, man, either way.
Yeah, keep a lookout. Subscribe. We got like 500 videos. We were looking through our stuff today, man. I don't know if it's 500, but we're way up there. There's so much content. Dude, this isn't even our full-time job. We're trying to make it a full-time job. So anything helps, which is why, like, donations, subscribing to, certain things like our podcast and just super chat. Anything, man, it helps.
Speaking of, we're working on getting the memberships rolled out.
Right.
So that would be cool. When we get that rolled out, you guys can become a member and get some perks, and that helps us keep doing this content and be able to spend more time on this content. So if that's something that you're interested in, we will be rolling those out soon. So keep that in mind. And then, like Mike said, super chats, or you can buy merchandise from us. We have it here you can click on YouTube on our store. Everything helps. So we appreciate all of that.
It does. Kip,
but
what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Kip? Yeah, I just want to build a good community here. Basically, just a bunch of Chiefs fans. Obviously, not every Chiefs fan's in Kansas City. It's just not a thing. So, I mean, I'm talking worldwide. So be it. Whatever. We want everybody to be able to come here on our lives, get in the chat, just have fun with each other, get to know each other, enjoy the Chiefs. Man, it's an amazing time to be a Chiefs fan. I mean, come on.
That goes hand in hand with this question. How often do you guys come up to Chiefs games? We try to get out there at least once or twice a year. And so we're all building a community here. Next time we come out there, man, we'll all get together and go eat barbecue or something. I don't care. We're not too good to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
If you want to meet up at a Chiefs game and have a hot dog, I don't care. Like, we'll hang. We're just regular dudes out here talking Chiefs football, man. That's what we do. And we're not better than nobody else in this chat or anybody for that matter. So, you know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
Just we're all good. We're family here. Mingo doesn't have blazing speed, but it's deceptive once he hits full stride. He actually clocked 4.46 at his pro day. So pretty good. Pretty good. Night Hunter. There's a AA baseball team called the Slugs. We actually played in a band with a guy named Slug. So
Slug's cool, man. He's a good dude.
Right. And for us, so the Slugs don't even affect us there, man. We grew up with the old Slug. So
we're gonna
that's
take the Slugs over the counter clocks.
That's a normal
Let's
little
get this
name
chat
for
caught
us.
up, Mike. Let's bust through this chat. Let's get it caught up. We're behind.
Yeah, we need to. We got to jump off here in about 10 minutes or so. So let's get this through. Steve, I'll let you take it. You just go through chat. I don't want to overclick you. Let's be quick with it, baby.
All right. Stephen James, hot chicken, baby. Yes, hot chicken's so good. If you haven't had Nashville hot chicken, you need to try it. If you're in Nashville, Hattie B's, Prince's, go hit them up. Delicious stuff. Florida KC Chiefs fan says Hope McKinnon comes. I think you're referring to him signing back to the Chiefs. We talked about this a little bit previously in a video if you want to check that out. But overall, it's all about that money, man. If he can come up, if they can decide on a good deal that works for both sides, he'll be back. If not, he probably won't, because that's just where Brett Beach is at. App says GK going to be good. Agreed. I think that he is definitely going to be good. He's just got a lot of work to do. Kitten videos. I just watched Mingo. He gets open deep. He does, and he's a big body, so I'm wouldn't be opposed to drafting Mingo. So that's cool. D Hop going to be in
red.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think so. I just don't. The red that he's going to be in maybe Arizona if he stays there.
That poor guy.
I know. Omar, Will McDonald is a Leonard Floyd or Max Crosby type. He'll get 8 to 10 sacks a season. I think that is
Omar,
I like Will McDonald. Will McDonald, don't get us wrong. Will McDonald's really good, and he's really good at getting to the quarterback, and he's good at winning. But Max Crosby is a different animal. I don't think you can compare him to Max.
I'm not gonna write it off. I mean, he's got the
I'm not gonna write
potential.
it off, but
We like Will McDonald.
flip exception for last year draft. Except for last year's draft, every draft from Veach has been offense. Yeah, that's right. Mostly it has been. Last year, he knew he had to go after those DBs, man. So, depending on what position he thinks he's got to shore up this year, that's probably what they'll go heavy on. Charles Wright, Charles Omenihu is a beast. He is, and I think he's hitting his stride. So I think we got this guy at the right time, man. Charles Omenihu could have a huge year with the Chiefs, because I mean his best year as a pro was last season, and we keep signing guys like that, kind of like Richie James. We just signed him as a wide receiver. His last season was his best of his career. So I think Brett Veach is trying to find these guys that are hitting their stride, and we're going to catch them, at the peak. So let's hope that works out. Night Hunter says, thing is, draft's always a gamble. Can't remember rightly, but the Atlantics did an article a few years ago on just first round NFL draftees, less than 5% make it 3 years in the NFL. You're not wrong. We talked about this with tackles when we were talking about Orlando Brown leaving the Chiefs, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, just go ahead and we're not worried about getting him back. We're just going to draft one," which was cool. Was a valid opinion, but man, a lot of those guys don't make it. They do not make it.
Stephen James, rock on New York style. $2. Thanks, Stephen.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for the
it.
two, Steven.
And he also said he's out. Good night. So have a good
All right,
one,
have
James.
a good one, man. Thanks for supporting. Always
We
supporting,
also got a super chat from Mentally Will $4.99. We appreciate you, buddy, and glad you found
Yeah,
us.
man.
I hope you stick around. Hit that
For
subscribe
sure.
button. If you got any Chiefs friends, send them our way too, man. We're trying to build a nice
Absolutely.
community here.
We better see you back.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Come on back. Could this be the year Veach burns a
Harry.
first on an offensive tackle? Yeah, man. I think it's looking like offensive tackle is probably good. It has to be like a top priority in my
Hey,
opinion. Has to
Harry
be.
Mills has been around for a while. He's an OG. He leaves very good comments. Like sometimes I have to be like, I can't read Harry's comment right now. I'm gonna have to wait later so I can process this thing. Um, Great football knowledge and really good opinions. We don't always agree on everything, but I can respect that. I mean, everybody's not going to agree with everybody, but it's awesome to talk football with people that love it, A, and B, know what they're talking about. So, Harry, shout out to you, man.
For sure. Chiefs fan, do you guys like old punk? Subhuman, Circle Jerk, Suicidal Tendencies, love that old 80s punk. Dude, we grew up in a punk rock band. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
Circle Jerks, great. Black Flag.
we
Bad
both
Brains was my favorite of the 80s punk scene, the
dude,
hardcore scene.
first
Yeah.
tattoo ever was Misfits. So I mean, yeah, man, all that stuff.
I mean, Misfits goes without saying. They're my favorite band of all time, but Bad Brains right there with them.
$5 from Ep. We appreciate you, Ep, dude.
Yeah,
Nice seeing you
thanks
here
for the
too.
$5, man.
Brother, for real. Stick around, come back. We love having you guys. Harry Mills says Casey native in Idaho, Steve. We have Idaho in the building.
Nice.
Dude, we're gonna put up a map. I'm gonna put up a map and start like getting these out so we can see what's
get one
up.
with some push pins and we can just kind of keep track of it because we're gonna
There's
hit
gotta
off
be a virtual one. I'm gonna find a virtual one. There's Oregon.
Wyatt Gibson. Oregon.
Answer these.
Nice.
Answer these people. Answer these people. I'm finding a push pin map online. Give me 1 second.
Oh, whatever. I don't even know where you left off at. You told me to take over and then you took it over. Let's see here. Night Hunter says, I agree with Flip. If you can't get separation, why are you playing wide receiver? And that's a big thing. There's a lot of guys that just can't get separation. There's some guys in this draft that don't get very good separation. And that's one reason why I'm not big on some guys like Jalen Reed, for instance. A lot of people's big on him, guy from Michigan State. I don't think he can get separation. So I just I agree with you on that. If I don't see people getting a lot of separation, I just kind of don't really care. Jacob Brashers, do they trade up for a tackle or sit back and wait for one? Jacob, that's a good question. I don't think they're going to be able to wait for one in this draft. I feel like the good tackles that are worth a first round pick are going to go early. There's only a few. Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson, guys like that. I think if they want one of them, they have to trade up. I doubt there's going to be anybody there worth a first round, which is essentially a second round pick for us at 31. I don't think there's going to be one worth that there. I think that they're going to get taken early. So definitely think that that's going to have to be a trade up situation. The answer, who will win the Super Bowl? Chiefs. We don't have to talk about that. Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Kip Carnes, thanks for the 5, man. Appreciate you big time. Good to have you here. Hope to see you back.
Steve, I found the push pin
several
state.
times.
Am I missing a state, guys? Am I missing a state?
Absolutely. There's definitely been more than that, but
I
just
just
go
don't
ahead and start
remember who
keeping
they
track
were.
now. But
Okay.
yeah, thanks again, Kip. We appreciate that, man. Thanks for the support. We hope to see you back. Uh, Flip, true that night. T Hill struggling for 2 years, but he learned to use his speed. Yeah, Tyreek Hill wasn't the greatest coming out of college, but gosh, there was so much potential there. And Brett Veach, or not Brett Veach, I'm sorry, at the time it was Glenn Dorsey, and guys saw that potential, and me and Mike actually saw that potential as well when they drafted him. We were like, this guy has a lot of athletic ability. He's super fast. I mean, you just kind of tell with Reek, man, he's just one of one. And I think that a lot of people missed on that, and they're probably regretting it now. The answer: what is your guys' opinions on who is going to win? I guess if you're asking about the Super Bowl, Chiefs, baby. No doubters on that. Mentally Will, good night. Yeah, have a good night, man. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the super chat, and we want to see you back, man. We want to see you back. So we'll catch you next time.
Oh, Ep
Oh,
says
another five
Arkansas,
bomb.
baby. Ep says
Another five bomb.
Arkansas.
Chiefer 65 toss power trap with the five bomb, man. We appreciate that big time, man.
What's
Shout
up,
out to
Chiefer?
you.
What's up, Chiefer?
Yeah, he's been around quite a bit. It's good to see you back, man. The answer is Kansas going back to back. Yes, absolutely, for sure. No doubt about that in my mind. Night Hunter, that's why some of these people projected first and second rounders I wouldn't want on any team. Yeah, that happens all the time. It's just, you never really know how these guys are going to play out once they get in the draft. They could be so good in college and just not translate. It happens all the time. So, I mean, putting a lot of obviously there's a lot of value in a first round pick, but I mean, you can't put all your eggs in that basket as well because you never really know, man. Some people just do not pan out, and for whatever reason. App says your take on number 88. Is that Fortson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortson. I think Fortson's good. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a high ceiling, but I think Jody is never going to be that guy like people think he's going to be. I know he wants a bigger role in offense, and he could probably handle it, but I don't know, man. If he can stay on the field, he's got an injury problem. If he can stay on the field, I think that he could be a lot more than we've seen. Let's put it that way. I think he does have a high ceiling. See, Epps from Arkansas. Did you get that on the map?
I did. I just put it up, my man.
Nice. Okay, sweet.
Chiefs fan.
All right.
Hell yeah, love the push pin map. I know, isn't it a good touch? I'm gonna start doing this every live stream, and we're not gonna end it until we get the entire 50 state map mapped out. That's what's up.
James Kirk, his OG here as well. If the Chiefs make another Super Bowl run, who do you want them to face? I don't care who they face. I just know that we're going to win. Let's see. It would be fun to beat San Francisco again because everybody's hyping them up
You know
as
who I'm
like
gonna
the
be?
greatest team ever. What? Who?
I want Dallas Cowboys fans to get there for once and just get trounced.
that would be hilarious too. So yeah, we're gonna go with either the 49ers or the Cowboys.
I want to
obvious
drink the
reasons.
tears of all Cowboys fans. What are your opinions on Cedric Tillman from Tennessee? I like Cedric Tillman. I'm not as high as some people is. I think he's a second round pick. He's a big guy. He can play the X. He was injured a little bit last year, so his film wasn't too good. If you go back to 2 years ago, he did look really good. He has trouble high pointing the ball sometimes, but he has pretty good hands. So Tillman in the second round wouldn't be something I'd be opposed to be honest. Uh-oh. The real Cato says, I live in Philly, but I'm a KC native. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is going on the map, baby. Pennsylvania is going on the map. So after Pennsylvania goes on the map, see what else we got up here, guys. The answer, do you think Stetson Bennett will be likely a teeny only good in college?
Possibly.
Dude,
I mean, he does got a lot of Johnny Manziel written all over
Yeah.
him, but I mean, that Stetson Bennett's also a winner. If you watch
Actually,
him, he
we're-
just knows how to win. So
I actually read a story today on Twitter. It was going around. Teams are starting to trash Stetson Bennett. It's that time of the year where if you're looking at a guy, you throw out a lot of false stories on him. So they're saying he could be undrafted. Probably means he gets drafted in the 4th or 5th round. Let's just be honest. Teams are crazy. Brent says he'd like to beat up on the Vikings. Ep
yeah,
says,
why not?
"For your show, keep it up. Love my Chiefs." And glad you made it here, Ep, for real.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for the
Alex Smith
support.
was such a good regular season QB, but then the playoff sigh. Yeah, we were at the playoff game.
Alex, man,
We were at the playoff game in Indy, and we blew it.
You know what? And I don't blame it on Alex either. That was an Andy Reid loss. I think Alex Smith had potential to be able to win a Super Bowl. I really do think that. but it just didn't work out for him. Andy Reid lost that game in Indy, bro. That was not. We could have knelt the ball down every play of the second half and won that game. Like, true story.
Scott
Scott
Crosser is
Crosser.
here.
Good to see you,
Scott
man.
Crosser.
Made it
What's
in.
up, buddy? Hey, you know what? You made it in just in time. We're about to get off here, my man.
Still good to see you, though.
Still good to see you, though. But yeah, any chance Jordan Addison falls to us? There is a chance, King Mo. There's a chance.
For sure.
A report come out yesterday that said teams are just not viewing this wide receiver class as high as the media and everybody's regarding it. So it's very possible he could fall. Like, for real, it's very possible. We actually comped him to like a baby. What's his name? I forget. I'm having a brain meltdown today.
I don't even know
Stephon
who you're
Diggs.
talking about.
A baby Stephon
Oh, yeah.
Diggs is Jordan Addison also has a lot of padded stats at Pittsburgh. He was the only guy they had when he went to USC. He kind of fell off a little, but I'm not opposed. He's our wide receiver 4. But yeah, man, Steve. Oh, Mike's gonna have to get out of here. I've got to get to Nashville, my friend. I've got to go find something to eat and get to Nashville. You can stay on and talk to the boys if you want. If you guys want Steve to stay on by himself.
I got stuff to do as well, man. I got little man. Little man is up and at 'em, so I'm gonna have to tend to that. So it is really good talking to you guys today. We appreciate all the support. Like we said earlier, we're trying to get a good community going here. We want everybody worldwide, who no matter what, be able to come on our live streams, talk to each other in the chat, get to know each other, and just enjoy what a amazing time it is to be a Chiefs fan, because we spent a lot of years in the gutter, and it's time to, we got to appreciate this while it's here. So all you guys that keep coming back over and over again, we could not appreciate you enough. That's awesome. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you can come back, man. We want to talk to all you guys, and we appreciate it so much, man. It's just
right.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and again, SA Flip, Stephen James, Mentally Will, Ep, Kip Carnes, Chiefers 65 Toss Power Trap. Appreciate the super chats. Again,
yeah, for sure.
That helps us out a lot. It helps us out immensely. So we cannot thank you guys enough. We're gonna probably jump off here, but I think Cole from How About Those Chiefs is getting ready to go live right now. He's got a special guest tonight, Steve. Who is it?
He's going live, I think, at 8, maybe, with Kent Swanson from KCSN. Okay. So make sure you guys go over, just hop straight off from ours, go over and click on Cole's, tell them that we sent you there, tell them that we said what's up, and go enjoy that. That should be a good one. But thanks, guys. We'll be back later with more hangouts like this, a lot more. So make sure to be back at it next time so we can hang out.
See you guys. Go Peace. Chiefs, man. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.